morning, everybody. Welcome to Alex's weekly roundup. Hope you're all having a good time. You had a great week. It's been a good one for me. Only a 4-day week. Fortunately, or unfortunately, should I say, there is no more exciting videos or exciting locations to visit. I'm back home. I'm not on tour. Not going anywhere exciting for the next couple of days. So this one's just from my house. Like I said, hope it's been a good week for myself and for the business for you, sir. It's been quite a quiet week, I would say. Still a lot of work being done. If I look at the things that have kind of went well, was able to do quite a lot of deal analysis and stuff that I kind of fell behind on. That, you know, if you've got an operation, it's important that you make money ultimately, and the business has got to sustain itself. So getting into the heart of operations, which for commercial conversions is basically deal analysis, and get deals through your pipeline, qualifying them, moving them to next stage, you know, potentially for offer, for further surveys, for reviews to get them to that location. So I had two really interesting ones. The first one this week was in my hometown, in Hartlepool, Monkey Hanger, for those who are aware of that friendly term. And it's basically a really interesting off-market site, and we're looking to do a JV with another couple of companies, and we're looking for a pure social housing development. Now, you guys know, I hope you do, uses MTP, master transfer of purposes, to make living more enjoyable and affordable for everyone, and we really see that the social housing element is a big why and a big driver for us to kind of bridge that gap where the government and the rest of the housing developers are kind of failing behind. So we've got a really interesting location. Be a new build. We're looking at modular aspects. So I've got a really good meeting lined up with Bishopsgate Development next week to potentially discuss that, how they could help support us. Bishopsgate Development are doing a lot of work in modular design right now. I would say they're one of the forefronts on the commercial conversion, and one of the businesses taking modular design to a new level. So really looking forward to see how they can help us with that. And like I said, the scheme is about 32 houses, a mix of flats, bungalows and town terraces, and going through the whole of the social umbrella, so from affordable rent to social rent to also intermediate housing. It's really kind of a real good mix of tenure and supporting that social housing element in the northeast. So really good. We're going to be doing some more due diligence along with the company who support me. So hopefully when we do a little bit more details, I'll be able to release that. The next bit was, I've also been following on for one of the deals which we'll hope to nearly complete. There's a little bit of extra work to be done, and that includes a potential tag-on building next to the current development. So we're looking at we've done a couple of deal analysis of that potential building and what we could convert it into. Now, something maybe good to share with you. It's always good to kind of look outside the box. Now, everyone says look outside the box, but literally look outside of the box, of the freehold box, and see if there is anything you can bring in. And you know, we ran a number of, one of the elements that we looked at was there was a leasehold element attached to the building. Now, most people might not have really picked that up at first, but that leasehold, if we can purchase the freehold from it, becomes a huge space. It adds potentially over 10,000 square foot to the building. Now, that, if you convert that 10,000 square foot into, maybe 20 apartments, or more or less, whatever it is, that's a real big win on your development. So always look outside the box. I think it's a really good idea. But this particular development had to run a number of cases to kind of look at what was the best outcome for the actual specific development. Because it had a ground floor, which was a commercial, and then uppers, which we wanted to turn into resi. A lot of demands from the existing tenant, so trying to find a scheme that works was quite difficult. So I've been working through that this week. We've actually ran 8 different simulations to kind of work out and test what would give the best return and what would be the easiest to deliver as well. So a lot of work on deal analysis this week. I think other bits are exciting. Obviously, you realise, or you probably, if you follow these videos, I was over in Dublin a couple of weeks ago trying to set up a joint venture over there. That's got a lot more traction now. So like any joint venture, it's important to set your goals and your vision out very clearly. And so we've put together what are called OKRs, which are objectives and key results, and they're the really big key result areas that we need to get to as a business. business before the end of the year. And so that's been agreed upon by the two founders, myself and Barry Kelly. And so we're looking to kind of move forward with that and look for opportunities and do the due diligence just like we're doing on the other sites in Aberdeen and in the northeast. So we've got a landing page for Ireland now, which is really good. We've just been doing a lot bit more about the marketing and background business setup. So moving forward with that, hopefully within the next 5-6 months we'll be getting some deals coming through and then putting it onto market. So stick around, we'll kind of update you on that as well. What didn't go so well? Well, what I find I struggle with, because at the moment I'm still one-man band technically. I've got VAs to help me, I've got 2 VAs which really help, but obviously you can't just dish out the work and run away, so you still have to manage those VAs. And I find that I always get a big backlog of work and stuff like deal analysis where you need to spend time doing it. They end to kind of stack up at the back, and I always really get hold of a nice strategy and interesting stuff because that's the kind of person I am. So I think that's been a real hard point for me because I have to work through a lot of that backlog, and with anything you've got to be really strict with yourself and disciplined with yourself. It's also knowing your own mechanical time, like what times work well to be creative, what times are you maybe not so creative, and where you can maybe slot in some of the more, more boring or regulated tasks and kind of work that within your flow. And I use Asana. If you guys don't know what Asana is, go check out Steve Day and Kevin Britton. They've got a really fantastic course. But Asana essentially is a project management tool. I use it for everything in my own life and the business, for running campaigns, for ideas, for everything. It's a really versatile tool. Hit me for a PM if you want to talk a little bit more, but keeping on top of your own daily tasks and activities is really important. So that's something I'm going to try and work on. And the other thing is pension blogs. So I'm also doing obviously you probably know I'm transferring my defined benefit or final salary pension into a SAS, and using that SAS and using that money within the SAS pension to then basically help both my business user and also to purchase commercial properties. Now I've been doing what I'd say a monthly blog, so I have been a little bit behind on that. I've just finished 3 more parts, so part 0, part 6 and part 7. They're being released on the website, so you can please go check them out. I will also release them onto Facebook, so if you want to see what I've been up to, all of the mistakes I've made, what not to do, if you're interested in doing the same thing, then go check it out. What's coming up next week? It's a really big week for you, sir. So we've got the main deal that we're trying to concentrate on right now, where we put an offer in has been rebutted, put some counter offers in. We've got a big meeting next week to kind of discuss the outcome, and also to kind of get on board a really big stakeholder for this whole deal transaction, which is a shopping centre in essence, should I say. And so we have to have a kind of set out our vision, why we want to work with them, why they need to help support us. And it's always painting that picture and vision of how you can help the community and how you're supporting them, that real win-win-win situation. So I'm putting together a small presentation on that, and that will happen next week Tuesday. So it's really important, because after that we'll find out whether we can really go forward and move this hopefully into legals, or maybe we have to back in or shelve it. So big make or break. I will obviously update you next Friday. That'll be pretty interesting, so fingers crossed something good comes out. I think if I'm looking at what else is coming up, not much apart from that deal, from that one presentation. What I would say though is, moving on from the prior points, I would like to give you a couple of hints and tips this week. I think one of the big ones was learning to say no. I think if you're in the initial part of your journey, I started at that point, so I'm a little bit further now. You get told, Grant Cardone says, yes, you've got to say everything, yes, everything, yes to everything. Not always is a good idea, especially if you're by yourself or just a small company. By saying yes to too many things, you can back yourself up, get yourself under a lot of pressure, stress. It can affect your reputation if you're not able to deliver on time. So being clear with what your objectives are up front, and that will evolve, and learning to say no is really important. And I managed to get to that point now where, at least when I'm getting deals come through, I can quite quickly say no, that's not our criteria. We've got our goals, I've reverse engineered to what that looks like in terms of site criteria, the size and the types, what type of commercial properties we're looking for, what elements of I now know what that clearly is. I send that back out to the agent, but sometimes I just try and get to be helpful. But it's learn to say no and then moving past, so you don't spend a lot of time on that and you're wasting your own valuable time. So that was one point I wanted to put across. OKRs. So that's I mentioned that element, which is objectives and key result areas. OKRs are quite a big thing in the tech world, and if you look like a really huge companies, Google, IBM, Uber, they all use this same principle, and it's essentially a really good way to map out your goal, but the milestones to achieve that. And you do it, you set your goals for the year, obviously 3 years, a year, and then you build them into quarterlies. So you should have no more than maybe 3 or 4 objectives, and then underneath those objectives should be milestones, which are called key result areas, and those key result areas are staged through that quarter to help you achieve the objective. And maybe I'm happy to share one of them with you. So this is the one that we just put together for the joint venture in Ireland. So if you look at the objective is the what are you wanting to achieve. So if I'm looking at this one here, one of our objectives was to bring on board our first large-scale investor into the Irish business. So that's a real big objective for us this year. And then if I look at the KRAs, they are the how. How are you going to achieve that objective? And like I said, they've got to be what we call SMART. Now, SMART is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based. So you have to hit those within that goal or that milestone. So an example is, so we want to set up Users Ireland's basic marketing, emails, websites, business cards, and business partners before end of Q3. So that's a real important goal for us to be able to get to that investor, get to that objective. The next one is to improve one of the founders' technical knowledge on commercial conversions within Ireland, and that one is to be achieved before the year end. And so that's something that we're trying to work upon. We see that. The next one is both founders are to approach potential investors from both personal and business, existing personal and business networks, and that is to be achieved by Q3. So we were we were listening to the whole SMART philosophy when we're doing them. We set the bigger objective and we set milestones which will help us achieve that. Now, I'm a big kind of advocate of KRAs and objectives. If you read a book by John Doerr, Doerr, I think it is, he talks a lot about how he implemented the OKR system into Google. If you look at Google, they're doing pretty well for themselves, Apple also. So have a look at it if you want to kind of figure out a kind of management system you want to use. And then finally, what I'd also say is it's not so much a hint, a tip, but maybe just a useful audio book to follow, or a book if you would like to read it. I've been reading a book by a guy called Simon Sinek, which is Start With Why. And basically what he is talking about in this book is having your reason. What is your reason for your business, for yourself, for your business? It's the why. And he says what he talks about is that a lot of companies have the what. Let's look at IBM. They say, what is it they do? Well, they build computers. But they don't really have a why. Now, if you look at Apple, for instance, what do? They build computers, the same as IBM, but why? Because their why is the passion. They want to bring up something alternative. They've got a very focused customer who they're going for. They want the hip, trendy person. They want them to push the forefronts of technology. And if you look at the two companies, look at the following that Apple has versus IBM. It's almost a cult status what Apple has, and that's because of their why. They defined their why so early on, back in the 70s when Steve Jobs kicked things off, that people then buy into that. And so if you don't have a why, and if you can't tell people why you're doing your job, then how can you expect people to kind of jump on board and then be inspired by your business or by the leader, whoever that is? So I think it's really good that, if you're in early days of your business, even if you're in the latter days, make sure you know why you're doing it. So, I'm building houses. Yeah, okay, so everyone's building houses, but why am I doing it? And that reverts back to my MTP, which is I want to make living affordable, enjoyable for everyone. That's why I'm doing it. I'm here to do the affordable, the quality housing, make people's lives better and enjoyable. That's what I want to try and inspire people to do. So have a look at that book. I thought it was really interesting. Hopefully you guys can get something out of it. Now, I've rambled on for too much. It's lunchtime. almost time for a beer, I think, and hopefully you guys have a fantastic week wherever you are, and take care. Thanks.